Hello! We're live for day one. I'm so excited. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. If you're joining me live, let me come find you guys. I'm so excited. Hi. Okay, team is on. Perfect. This is the link. This is the one we're using. Team's gonna go ahead and share. Okay, I created something awesome for you guys. I created a, hi Amanda, who else is on? I can see numbers, but I can't see people. I created something pretty awesome for you guys. I created a workbook that you can use. The lighting is cutting in and out a little bit. Hi, hi, hi. All right, so let me find you on my computer so I can share this with you guys. You can follow along during the training if you want to, and you don't have to. Either way, whatever you prefer. Say hi to me. Hi, Kel. Who else is here? I see all the numbers, but no hi's. All right, let me find you really quick so I can share this. It's the silly things like, oh yeah, how do I get to my business page from my computer? Hi, Mandy. Who else is here? Say hi. I would love to know where you all are from. It's a thing that I really like. All right, let me get this workbook to you. 1 second. Here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Who else is here? Oh my God, you guys, this is going to change your life tonight. Even when I was creating this, I was like, this is so next level. This is so epic and amazing. Hi there from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Hi, Leanne. Leanne? I think it's Leanne. Hi from Australia. Yay! More Canadians. I do love my Canadians and my Australians. I do. New Zealand, Simona. When I flew over New Zealand, I instantly became obsessed and knew that someday I will go there. And I don't think I'll do camping, but I'll do something along the lines of camping. Burlington, Ontario, Canada. That's awesome. So to Ontario. I'm still learning the Canadian landscape, y'all. Okay, I'm dropping the link to your workbook right now. This is why I do the workbook. Hopefully it brings up the image like it's supposed to. It did not, that's okay. Oh, it did, yay. It went fancy for me. The reason I do this, Emily Ann, check this out. Oh, thanks, Mandy. Okay, the reason that I do the workbooks is so that I'm catching you at every angle. First of all, what I want you guys to do today is I want you to just show up. Yes, no bugs or snakes. Perfect. I want you guys to show up and just be present with me today. Presence is a big deal. It's going to go in. It's going to go in your subconscious. You guys are going to absorb this. This is going to shift you. This is going to rise you to the next level. This is going to change you, right? Something about this resonated. You're here. You're ready to step up to that next level. And so the reason I give you the workbook is so that y'all don't have to worry about capturing things, right? You're going to have the recording indefinitely, and you have the workbook with the questions and the prompts that come up. So feel free to take notes, grab a pen. Obviously, you're going to want to capture the ahas that you have, but I do not want you to get distracted and miss the energy of being present inside of this while we do this training, because that's a big deal. Hello, Fritz. How are you? Who else is here? Say hello. Say hi to me. Thank you for the hearts. I love heart showers. Okay. So for those who are new, we dropped the workbook. You can follow along with it, or you can just listen. Either one is okay. The first thing I want to know is really just where you're at in the world. A lot of you have already dropped that. And what is it that you do? What do you do? What's your expertise? What is your gift to the world? What is your calling? What do you do? What do you identify as what you do? I know we got a lot of coaches, healers, teachers, artists, writers. What am I missing? There's something I'm missing. Entrepreneurs. Some people just identify really as more of an entrepreneur and they're the product. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Danielle. All my favorite people. Hello, hello. I'm very excited to do this tonight. So first I want to hear what it is that you identify with that you do. Like, what do you do? When you're the CEO showing up and you're bringing your impact global, what is it that you identify as? I'm a police officer and building my health business to help shift workers. Amazing. Girl. I was in the Marine Corps. I get it. That's amazing. I'm a mindset and confidence coach. Oregon book coach and author. By the way, Danielle is one of my Diamond Mastermind clients and happened to just do a post and is giving 50% off of her course that she's running to anyone in my tribe. So you might want to go check that out on my page when we're done here, if that's something you're interested in. Currently a retreat manager, private chef, and goddess guide feminine intuition coach. Yes, you are, sister. Yes, you are. I currently don't sleep much. Girl, we better get our goddess vibes on in our sleep. Oh my God, that's so good. Okay, so continue to feel free to drop in what you do. It's really awesome. And you know, you never know who on this, right? Because thousands of people are gonna end up seeing this training. So you never know who will see it, and you wanna put your name out there and have an opportunity to own who you are. That's amazing too, right? So the second question is, what is the biggest win that you have so far in your business? So up until now, in your business, building a global empire, owning your role as the CEO of a global CEO who's massively impacting the entire world, what is the biggest win that you've had so far? Because the chances are that you did not celebrate it at all, you haven't even acknowledged it, or you celebrated it shittily. We're using the word shittily tonight. I'm a mindset coach who helps entrepreneurial women who have overcome adversity, healed, and are ready to get their ass kicked so that they can thrive, not just survive. Amen. Relationship coach. Oh, teens and parenting. That's awesome. And LGBTQ. I know your work is so amazing. Mental health counselor, working on scaling the coaching side of business this year. Awesome. Love it. You're at the right place. I love when I catch people in the beginning. I mean, I love working with my badass entrepreneurs who are crushing life, and we can scale and we can make all the things more in alignment and, you know, in a brand that they love. But catching people in the beginning before they get 3 years in and they're like, oh, how come I didn't know all this in the beginning? That is where my heart is at for sure. And in the beginning, I mean, like, you know, anywhere, you know, 6 figures, like you're only at 6 figures, or maybe you're even just starting, anywhere in that range. And then even multi 6 figures, that's still, we're still in the beginning at those first few multi 6 figures. There's still, we can still be a one-man show with the first, you know, multiple 6 figures. Or we're selling products in our downline, and, you know, like if we're getting, before we're in that first, that flow range where we're not having to hustle for it in the beginning, all of that stuff. That actually stepped away from my 9 to 5, back to myself to own my business. Yes! Been invited at Men's Having Babies conference. Congratulations! Seriously. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. What else? Who else? Let me know what your biggest win has been so far. What are you gonna recognize and actually celebrate right now in this moment? Because listen to me. Celebrating energy moves mountains. Celebrating energy clears negative fields. It clears the negative energy. It's no bullshit, right? Celebrating energy is a big deal and will make you shit tons of money and will help you reach and heal the entire planet. We need to be a lot better at the celebrating vibes. I'm a health and wellness coach helping women create life after emotional and verbal abuse. Janice Coaching. Yes. Oh, such powerful work, right? What else? What are some more wins? I want to see some more wins here. Let's get in the celebration energy, the celebration vibes, because that is the energy of a global entrepreneur, right? Like we're looking at the wins, we're advancing. Like this is a big part of it. So we're just opening that up right now before we learn. I have my aminos. Launching my blog, work in progress, but it's out there. Yes, amazing. Okay, for those who didn't answer, here's your opportunity. Continue going. The third thing that I want to do when we just get started here is, what is the first thought that you have when I talk to you about you being the CEO of a global company? What is the first thing that you think? Tell me in the comments. Helping my clients go after what they really want for themselves. One of my clients just quit her corporate job because her MLM has grown so much. Amanda, ow. Hit 6 figures this past year. Ow. Higher setup for breaking out this year. Awesome, Fritz. Hell yes. Redefined family podcasting is making its impact daily. Awesome. Biggest win as a coach, currently running a weekly in-person women's group and a tiny community. Hell yes. Oh my God, this is so good. Yes. I am, Simona. I am the CEO of a global company. We're just gonna raise this by 100-fold then. That's it. We're just 10xing it. First thought, it'll be too much work. I think that's most people's first thought. That's quite frequently people's first thought. That sounds like so much work. That sounds exhausting. A lot of people say that. What else? What is your first thought when it comes to this work? There's so much I don't know. Yep, well, that's a smart one. That's a good one. I'm on board with that one. I'm on board with us being aware that there's a lot we don't know, because that's what we're covering tonight. We're covering why powerful entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, and leaders, the most powerful, the most incredible ones, are not building an empire, are not crushing life, and are not making the numbers that they want to. And it's very clear after coaching thousands of clients all over the world. It's very, very, it's a very common theme. This is not complicated. It's not difficult. And I am in the camp of believing that if this mama who used to be on welfare 4 years ago and who grew up making, absolutely not, 10 years, I made $400 a week as a nanny, came from a very abusive past, all the kind of things, got pregnant when I was young, had 2 babies, daddies, was the epitome of the girl who wouldn't make it. If I can make $500K within 2 years, on track for 7, my 3rd year, come on. If I know that if one person can do it, everybody can do it. That's just what it is. If someone else could do it, I could do it. If I could do it, she could do it. That's what it is. And I 100% believe that. What I also know is that most people won't ask intelligent questions, show up, be willing to drop the excuses and the stories, and be willing to do the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. Oh, the responsibility, sleep, when will I do it? How? But it sounds like, Mandy, that story's already playing, even now. Never sleeping. Remember when we used to brag, oh, I only got 4 hours of sleep. That's not a brag. I got 8 hours. That's a brag. That's bragging. Yes, girl, you're so welcome. Okay, are you ready? Why is obvious. This is the first thing, right? Why are these incredible, powerful people not actually breaking through to build their global company and to make the income that they want to, right? It's kind of an obvious answer, but it's the mischief behind this that is real. It's the mischief behind this that's not being talked about, not being looked at. So that's what we're going to do tonight. That is my intention tonight. So yes, this is a free 2-day training that we're doing right now. The masterclass is a free 2-day training. Tomorrow will be day 2 at 7 p.m. Eastern. Everybody who signed up for it will get the link for that, and you'll also get the replays. And as we're doing this, I'm also going to let you guys know about the 10-day program that are coming up. So it's called the Awakened CEO. It's a 10-day program. It's absolutely packed and saturated. I could have dragged it out to 6 months, but I like the vibe of doing it back to back in that 10 days and then spending the rest of the time implementing it and letting that absorb and really having a picture and an overview of everything moving forward. So I know a lot of people have already asked questions, and I know a lot of people are curious. So yes, I'm going to let you guys know, and you guys are going to have a special price that's just available for you between now and when the next training starts for that, okay? So that nobody's curious about that. Hello. If you're just humping on, say hi to me. I'll be here for the replays as well. Okay, so the obvious reason is because so many of these leaders and entrepreneurs and healers and teachers have no clue how to run a company. They have no clue how to run a company. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. They don't know how to run a company, and so many of them are trying to prove their skills of being a coach, and look how smart I am. And I'm not saying them, I'm saying us, we humans, we all do it. I definitely fell into this trap. And it's something that you can outgrow and clean up, but we focus on the stuff that excites us and makes us feel good, like we're doing a good job and like we know what we're doing. And we really, as powerful as we really are scared to look at the things that we feel like we don't know what we're doing, or I don't know how to do that, I don't know what that is, and I don't know how to learn that. And we let the fear, so then we just come up with excuses or we just come up with what our culture teaches us is just do a bunch of I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna try this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and I'm gonna see if this works, I'm gonna see if this works, and oh my God, that one thing worked, and oh, what a breakthrough. Now I'm gonna start all over again, which is why people think to scale and make more money, it must be even more work, because that's the evidence they have in front of them because of the way that they're showing up. However, what we do know is this whole oh, I'm just going to kind of avoid that and not look at it. That is the thing that's draining you. It's not the business, because the business is living your purpose. That's not draining you. Hey, Michaela. Hi, Mama. Right? Who else said hi? Hi, Sue. The business is not draining you. Living your purpose is not draining you. It is your purpose. Your purpose brings you to life. It heals you. It brings to the table for you. Me doing this with you, you incredible, beautiful people, thank you for being here. Seriously, thank you for doing life with me. Thank you for being here. And you're here, and we're exchanging energy, and I'm giving my gifts and my purpose to you, and I'm doing what I'm good at, and I'm bringing that to the table here, and that heals me, and that brings to me, right? But I can't live in a bubble. I have to be mature enough for two things, right? I have to be mature mature enough to, first of all, recognize that I can't really reach out and heal the world unless I'm in a position of strength. And by the way, in this field and in this work, the position of strength is the business making a lot of money. So I cannot be entitled and think that I get to skip the process of building my business and coming from a position of strength where we're absolutely crushing it to the numbers that we want to, before we're trying to give stuff away and before we're trying to rescue people, because nobody wants a broke, stressed out, I didn't get any sleep hand reaching down to help them. We want a strong, firm, powerful hand reaching down to support us and help us. So part of it is just releasing the entitlement that we don't have to go through the process of building a really powerful company in order to be able to truly change the world. And a part of that is because we're just afraid to dream really big. And if you're thinking like, no, my dream is big, then your dream is just meant to be that much bigger. I want you to take what your dream is right now, and I want you to start thinking about what would it look like if I actually 10x'd that? If I actually really 10x that, and then I want you to start telling yourself the truth about what that actually would look like for you to create in the world, because you know. Because you do know. We always know. You know. The reason you set a goal, there's only one reason to set a goal. The reason we set a goal is to become the human being that it took to reach that goal. That's why we set the goal. I set goals and I'm like, I have no clue how I'm going to reach that goal. Oh my God, I'm messy as shit. I can't do that. But that's why I set the goal, because who I would have to become in order to have created that kind of life or that kind of transformation or that kind of result would have to change. I would have to expand. I would have to grow. So in that process, we cannot be afraid to look at our big ass dreams that we are being called to, and we get to look at what does it look like to actually start embodying, embracing, and becoming the CEO of a global company. And if it's a global company in three, you have 4 clients here, 1 client there, and 2 clients over there, then we're going to 10x that. What does it look like to have hundreds of clients all over the world? Hundreds of people being impacted. What does it look like to have your audience? Like, do you guys see my tribe? The most amazing, loving people, the testimonials they share, the way that they rave about my business, and I love your energy. They're so loving. They're so sweet to me. What does it look like to lead people where they will show up that way and have your back that way and do life with them, and you get to promote them and you get to create powerful, epic things for them? Like, what does it look like to dream? So it's not just about the numbers that you're reaching. It's not just about the money that you're making, and it's not just about the products you're creating or the teachings that you're doing or the item that you're selling. It's about who you are when you come. It's about the experience you're creating in the world. And it's about when you're 95 and you're looking back on this planet and you're like, I really did it. The 95-year-old you looking back, she's gonna be like, I mean, I really did it. I really dumped my soul, my blood, sweat, and tears are left on this planet, and I brought it. I did it. I left everything there was on this planet. Like, what does that look like? That is so different. So what happens is people have no clue how to run a company, and they don't really address that. Like, it's amazing to be the greatest healer in the planet. It's amazing to be the greatest teacher, the greatest coach on the planet. It's amazing that you're so incredible at what you do, but if you don't know how to run a company, it's not going to go very far. And if you don't know how to embody and be the identity of a CEO and a leader online and on your platforms where people are actually identifying with you that way, it's not going to go that far. And then you're going to be frustrated, and then you're going to doubt your gifts and your purpose. You're going to doubt all the wrong things. But really, it's because you are afraid to look at something. So that's my call tonight. What is it you're feeling afraid to look at? Yes, it feels so good. Yes. Hey, Magic. Hi, sister. None of my diamond girls bow. Hi, Michaela. Hi. Thanks for saying hi to me. Tell me where you're at in the world, too. Okay, so here's the deal. Passion does not equal a business. You know that feeling when you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited, I'm gonna do this thing. And you hype yourself up and you get all that energy and all that excitement, and then you go to do something and then it's like kind of hard and you're trying all these things and then like it kind of fizzles out, or you go to create it and you had in your vision that it was gonna hit this 10x thing, but it really only like reached this other level, or you're just consistently doing what you're doing and you wanna blow it up and go to that next level, but you're just like, well, but I would have to change everything and I don't really know how to 10x it to that next level, and like this is the vibes, this is what I'm talking about, right? So that passion that we feel in the beginning, that's not gonna last. That's passion is like, it's fleeting that way in the moment. This is about you actually looking directly at what is your vision? Can we 10x that? And then who do you have to become in order to create that vision in the world? Who do you get to become in order to create that result for yourself in the world, in order for you to create that impact in the world? Does this make sense? So it's recognizing and understanding, number one, that passion does not equal business. Okay, your gift does not equate to you having the skill to be a CEO. Oh girl, I learned this the hard way. This is why I'm here teaching this. Like, I can't even, you guys, like, honestly, I can't even tell you how many mistakes I made. I was so bad at this. It was awful. There was so much to learn. It was so confusing and I didn't know where to learn it. And then I was just scared to learn it. And I always felt like I'm too messy. I can't manage people. I can't do this kind of stuff. Like, it was really tough for me. And I know it's tough for other people because we're heart-centered people who want to heal the world. We've been through hell and back and we're looking to bring our gifts to the world. And this whole other side of it, this like masculine structural side of it, can be very confusing and like all the different parts. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Okay. We'll dig into this more in the Awakened CEO course, but for now, my intention for this, right, is that I'm going to set you up to see this as plain as day and truly embrace this adventure, because it really is an adventure. And once you can really see it, and once you get a feel for it, and once you can feel the energy and the vibe of it, and you get a sort of measurement, that's how I think of it. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm always looking for measurements in my life. It's like, once I can see where the goal is, it's the measurement of like, oh, I see, there's the gap between where I am and where I'm meant to be. Oh, okay, I can see what the work is for me to get from here to there. I don't know exactly how it's going to unfold or look, but I can see what the work is. I can sense what that gap is. And that's what I want to create for you guys tonight, right? And I only have 1 hour, so I want to dive into this. Yep, I can relate. Too much sense. Yes. Hi, Janine. Okay, ready? Number one. We need to have the courage to look at this dead on, because you have big things to do in the world. You have really big things to do in the world. Oh, you have big things to do in the world. You wouldn't be here if you didn't feel called. If you didn't feel called to truly show up and change the world and create massive impact and healing in the world. What does that look like? That doesn't look like the shit that's been going on day to day, I'm betting. For all of us, right? For all of us, we get to take that to a new level. We love to focus on what we do well and ignore the boogeyman. That's what I like to call it. That feeling of fear. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if this consumes my life? What if this is too hard? What if I let my team down? What if I never figure this out? What if I sound stupid? What if I mean, I've heard it all, right? I've thought it all. I've felt it all. I've heard it all. All the pieces of all of it. This is the boogeyman. It's just like when my daughter lays in bed, because I'm training her to go to sleep at night right now. She's 9 years old and she hates sleeping by herself. And she's terrified that there's a boogeyman in her room. And it's so real. Like, don't tell me there's not a boogeyman. There is. I know there's a boogeyman. And even if maybe there's not, but I don't know, but I'm afraid there might be. There might be a boogeyman, and that's good enough for me. Right? Do you hear what I'm saying? So I'm talking about us not wasting our life dancing with a literally a non-existent boogeyman. Like, literally a non-existent boogeyman. The little tiny excuses that we are using to hold us back from bringing true massive healing to the world can no longer stay. It's time. It's time for this to go. It's time for us to let ourselves feel the fear, to feel the pain, to feel the jarring places that we go to when we're expanding and when we're up-leveling. And it's time for us to start recognizing, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to really look at this. What am I really meant to do here on planet Earth? What would I die for? What am I that passionate about? What would I literally wake up and I would do this and I would go all in and I would show up big and I would invest in myself and I would back myself? Like, what am I here to do? What matters that much to me? Because when you have something that you are that passionate for, that is not the fleeting kind of passion. That is not the fleeting kind of... When I saw what it was like to be a mother on welfare who was struggling to put food on the table for my children, and I was standing in that goddamn that welfare line, and I was terrified, and I was looking around and I wanted to cry, and I just knew I needed to do this for my kids, but I wanted to run out because I was terrified. I was in a city and I was so unfamiliar with the environment. And when I sat there and I left and I just sat in my car and I just sobbed and sobbed, and I was like, I will not let my children go through this. I will not ever let my children stand in a goddamn welfare line. This is not going to happen. And that was it. It was like a switch went off inside of me, and there was something inside of me saying like, no, this is not just for my children. all the other people out there who are working their ass. I worked so hard. I nannied. I went to school full time. It was like 18-hour days for 10 years of my life. I lived off of $400 a week. I stretched and made it all work. I stood in the friggin' welfare lines. I did all of that shit. And I did all of it every single day, day after day. And all I kept thinking every day was like, if somebody would just tell me how to do this. Like, I see these normal people. I see that they're, you know, they're happy and they're healthy. And then they also have money and they have a home. And like, I just don't get this. I don't understand how they can have that much money, like multi-six figures. Like, how do you get there? If someone could just show me how to do it, if I could just watch them for a month, I would do it. I'm a hard worker. I'll show up and I'll do it. And I used to just think this every day. I don't get life. I just don't get this, right? But all that ever needed to happen was for me to decide I'm going to run a global empire, and every single person that I could possibly reach on the planet, and I could hand down the wealth concepts. I could hand down what it is to be a CEO of a company. I could hand down the things and the concepts and the ways that I learned to think behind them, and why I chose the things that I chose, and how I show up the way that I show up, and how that creates results, and how that creates a community and a tribe that love each other and support each other, and it's a powerful place, and the business just keeps expanding and expanding, but I can barely keep up with it. And if I could, like, every single person I could possibly reach, and I could help them to understand their worth and their gift, and like, no, we're not just like showing up and like, I'm gonna wing this and I'm gonna try to make it happen. We're gonna be motherfucking intentional. We're gonna be intentional. We're gonna focus on this, and we're gonna learn it, and we're gonna do it powerfully, and we're gonna do it in a way where we're not playing small. That is it. We're not playing small anymore. It's time to step up. It's time to rise up. And it's time for us to stop letting those little tiny excuses that we use, like, well, I'm scared somebody's gonna, no, you're not scared someone's gonna call you stupid. You're not, because you can handle someone calling you stupid. We're here to change the world, right? Like, can we just talk about it and say it like it is? Like, you're not actually afraid of that. You can handle that like this is child's play. Like, okay, so, you know what I mean? Like, these things that we pretend we're afraid of, or that we pretend we're confused about, you're not confused. You're not confused. You know exactly what one step to do next. The problem is you're not focused on that one step. You're focused on step 247. I feel your devotion. Oh, I love that word. Thank you. I have put all my power in others. I have believed up until now, of course, love it, that all I need is one person to give me a boost. Now I know that one person is me. No one is coming to rescue me. It all comes down to me. What? That is so powerful, Kel. No one is coming to rescue you, and thank God nobody's coming to rescue you. We don't want nothing to do with the kind of life where people rescue us. Nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Because when we learn to lead ourselves, this is a question I teach my clients consistently. Like, the part of me, right? So I put all my power in others. I believe that one person needs to give me a boost. Okay. So the question I would ask myself, right? And this is just for everybody, for you to use. I ask myself, what am I going to do to lead the part of me that feels like one person has to give me a boost? So if my daughter came to me, or one of my clients came to me, and they believed that I'm just waiting for that one person to give me a boost, I need to be rescued, how would I lead her? And that is instantly, for me, I can just right through it. Like, oh, I see that. This is us leading ourselves. This is us backing ourselves. This is us not playing in the shenanigans and the smallness, right? Okay. Whew, I need to hurry up. It's already 8:30. Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling, okay? The skill is to know how to talk about what you do versus trying to impress other people. Just for a second, I want you to feel the difference in that, and the energetic difference in that. The energetic difference between I am skilled in knowing exactly how to talk about what I do, and the energy of like, I have to try to impress people, I have to try to make sales, I have to try to prove my position, I have to try to prove, like, I know I'm incredible, how do I get other people to know I'm incredible? The energy behind that is so very different than simply owning the skill of knowing how to talk about what we do with passion and clarity. Very different energy, right? So this is an example for you. Okay, let's keep going. Breakthrough, fear or failure, and success is a huge part of this. Like, how do I break through the actual the fear of failing or the fear of success? For oftentimes people are more afraid of success than they are failure, and we already heard that in this feed, because people are afraid that they're, oh my God, Mandy Perry, I don't know why you're saying that. People are more afraid of success because they equate that with tons of work. But let me say this to you in a way I want your soul to hear this from me today. Are you ready? Because I mean this with all of my heart and all of my soul, and you're going to feel it when I say it, and it's going to shift, and you're never going to go back here, okay? the more money you make, the more successful you become, the easier everything is. Consistently. It's the pendulum simply swings forward and everything just gets easier and easier and easier and easier. And even when maybe before it was like a $2,000 stressor and now it's maybe like a $50,000 stressor, it's the same. It doesn't feel any different. And now I'm just skilled at holding the stress level without letting that affect me very much. I'm happy and excited every day of my life. I lose my shit. I get funky sometimes and I'm able to laugh at it and look at it and like let myself be a mess for a day or two and then I get right back to it. Like it's just a really powerful, incredible life, and being massively successful is not something you ever have to worry about ever again. It will only get easier and easier and better, and you'll get savvier and you'll get smarter and you'll learn how to create better boundaries and you'll learn how to take more time for yourself, to let your soul expand, to be in that state of overflow. And the only thing that will ever happen is you'll become more you and you'll have more power to create more good in the world, and you'll have more free time and more money to do whatever you want with, to love on your people, to send flowers to your clients and send gifts to your team and to send epic funny birthday presents to your family members and to get your family together for holidays and to take your kids to travel all over the world and to live in a state of overflow because abundance is available. The only thing that ever happens is we focus on the boogeyman. It's like, oh, this is available for me. Oh shit, what if there's a boogeyman under here? That's it. It's like that simple. Okay, we could end right now. We could literally end right now because it's this simple. You can afford a team to help you be more fabulous, and the kind of people that back you up when you're backing yourself is amazing. My team is the most incredible people on the planet. I feel so blessed and lucky every single day. Okay, so learning how to break through the fear and success, like we need to understand and recognize that that's a thing and a skill set that we need to have, right? This is that play. If you haven't let yourself to dream global, multi-seven figures, if you're not thinking and really like actively backing that up right now, then this is that play. That's like a cue for you, right? Okay. It is time to dream big. We covered that. Owning your role as a leader. This one's really big. Like, this one's huge. I'm going to dive into this heavy into the 10 days, but I'm going to drop some bombs on you right now. Okay. So really pay attention to this one, even if you're putting the babies to sleep. Okay. Have you ever considered how you need to feel to identify with somebody else as being your leader? So even here, being here, commenting below. Some people will never be caught dead on a live and commenting below. They will only watch the replay, right? There's just those kind of people. They're really worried about what other people think, or they don't feel comfortable. They just don't identify with me that way, whatever it is. But have you ever stopped and thought about for a second, what does it take for you to identify with someone else as a leader versus them being a peer or them being a potential client or sale or someone you need to help? Right? Most people have never even thought about that. They're too worried about that energy of like, how do I prove this? Versus how am I embodying this and backing myself to be the leader? Baby is asleep, yo. Yes, help, cook, chauffeur, housekeeper, yard, financial assistant. I have all of those. Yes, Misty. Yes, 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 yes. And there's not a single day that goes by. It's been years now, and there's not a single day that goes by that I'm not massively grateful. And sometimes I cry. I'm just so happy. The house assistant comes and she cleans the whole house, and I just cry. I'm just so grateful for her. Like, oh my God, my bed is made, my clothes are put away. Like, I just feel so loved and so taken care of in a way that I never had before. And the only thing that ever happens is when those moments happen, I go, more God, more of that, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. More of that. I still have room. There's still room to be loved on. More of that, please. That's the only thing I do. I just keep expanding that feeling and that energy. I was thinking about this on the toilet today. Soul Tribe. Okay. That's amazing that you were thinking about it. So listen, it's the qualities, right? It's the qualities. And this is what we're going to cover in the 10-day course. The qualities that you embody in order to be able to create that for people, because that's an act of love. It's not about like, hey, I want you guys to like, to identify with me. I want to be the leader. It needs to be me, and I want to make money, and I want you to be my client. That's not what this is about. This is an act of love. For me to be willing to be seasoned and to know what I'm doing, to be the leader, to be able to lead other leaders is an act of love because we all need them. And when you feel called to that, that is what you embrace and that is what you embody, right? And I absolutely feel called to lead the most powerful people on the planet because I'm the one who will be out there chucking off the cliffs and carrying that level of tension. And then my gift is to take massive amounts of information and experiences and really break them down in a way people are consistently saying back to me, like, I've heard that 100 times, but Mandy, when you said that, for whatever reason, it sunk in. Like, people are consistently saying that back to me. So I've just learned one of my gifts is to be able to take massive amounts of information. And even when I was a child, I always told everyone that would listen, Any new thing that I found or like a book I read that was really amazing, I told everybody, because I thought if I loved it, then I thought everybody else would want to have that too. Like I want them to have that amazing experience. I want them to feel loved or to have that thing that felt really good. And I've just always been that way, right? I smile as I see your joy. Yes, Fritz, thank you. Bam. Okay, so here's some PowerPoints, right? One of them is power. What is the perceived power that you see the person have, right? So my audience may identify to me as a leader simply because of the level of power that I have. Thousands of clients, a social media following, freedom to travel the world. I've moved my whole family across the country, have this beautiful tropical home, and et cetera, et cetera. Whatever version of them can identify with the level of power that I have, right? So that could be a reason. Warmth. What is your level of warmth? Mine is like over the top. I love you. I know I really do love you. I really do. And I think everybody knows I really do love you. I don't just say that like wistfully. Like, is that a word, wistfully? I love you. I really love you. I love doing life with my people. I love my tribe. I'm just like overflowing with love all the time. All the time. And that's genuine for me, right? So my level of warmth to make people feel comfortable is I'm very no bullshit. I have very, boundaries are boundaries. You're not going to get away with saying your messy bullshit to me. I'm just going to remove that and I'm going to reflect back to you your greatness. And then I'm just going to pour out the love on you, right? So that is another quality for people. And it has to be genuine. We don't fake this shit, right? Like you do your level of what warmth is and what makes other people feel comfortable and wanting to be around you. Okay. And then also presence, right? Like your presence with somebody. So there's been many experiences I had with people who I identified with as a leader, but they would give these like quick half-ass answers and they weren't like powerful things that shifted me, or they weren't like, they missed half of what I was saying, and that didn't feel good for me. So I learned presence is a big deal when we're identifying with someone else as someone that we're willing to let lead us, or we're to like identify as doing life with as a leader, right? It's a really powerful thing. And look, we need to know the skill of how to create that in order to be a global CEO, in order to own your role as someone who's truly impacting the world in a multi-7-figure business. This is where we're all going. And to be able to own your leadership, that I'm running a global company, I'm managing my people, I'm scaling this to the nth degree. We have to learn how to truly own our leadership roles, right? That thought really landed with me. What I do is an act of love for others, 100%. Just like sales, I'm not even gonna get into it because I'm gonna get off track, but it's the same thing with sales. It's an act of love for us to give options and opportunity for other people to back themselves and support themselves. Seeing it any other way is completely silly to me, like genuinely silly to me to see it any other way than selling every day is an actual act of love. Me having this 10-day program that I'm gonna tell you guys about and offer to you is an opportunity for the people who are like, hell yes, I'm moving forward. Like this resonates with me and I'm doing this, and her energy, and I can hear her voice and I learn well from her. They're gonna join it, and that is an act of love for me. I put that together and I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it, and I'm gonna back it with all my energy, and I'm gonna be in there for 10 days, loving on the people and pouring out all of the wisdom and stuff that I have, and I'm gonna love them and support them and reflect back to them and give them feedback, and that's an act of love, and it's just an opportunity for people. Why do we wanna be wealthy in the first place? We want more opportunities, more options. It's an act of love. Okay, I'm squirreling. Okay, so here's the other question for you guys. If you aren't backing you, why would they? So when we're looking to have a global impact, it means that people have to identify with us as a leader, and they need to be willing to sort of publicly, especially if we have an online business, they need to be able to publicly identify with us as a leader because it's online, this is public, right? And so in order to be able to do that, part of it is us backing ourselves. I can hold a big space because I've made big investments in myself. Multiple 6 figures in just the last 3 years, backing myself, not to mention dumping into my business and reinvesting in my business, but even just for myself, my own support. And that's just business support, let alone all the rest of the support. I mean, massive amounts of support to back myself because I'm backing myself. I'm leading myself in my big vision, and I'm just removing the roadblocks. And so I back myself. I basically put my money where my mouth is, but energetically there's something there. There's something that happens when I invest myself to a certain level. I can hold space for someone else to do the same. When I back myself to a certain level, I can hold energy for someone else to do the same. If I'm not backing myself and I'm unwilling to invest in myself, I'm unwilling to, really dive into things, I'm unwilling to, essentially stop feeling like a gamble and start deciding that I'm a betting horse and I'm a winning horse, and it's okay for people to invest with me. Whether that's, it doesn't matter, whether that's, you know, you could be a husband and that means your wife's staying home and getting to see, your family sees a little less of you. But you're deciding to back yourself. It could be a financial investment, like moving forward in the program we have coming up. It could be hiring your first team member, or it could be up-leveling and hiring your first business manager. I mean, it's just endless, right? It could be hiring your first cleaners. It doesn't matter. But it is about, are you truly backing yourself? Because if you aren't, the world ain't either. You can't fake that shit. That's not something you can fake. There's an energy and a wisdom, and it's kind of like when someone travels the world, you can tell. When someone grew up in, and I'm not, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't mean this as an insult in any way. I just mean it's a difference, you can tell. If someone who's grown up in a small town and lived there their whole life and hasn't traveled, and someone who's traveled the world, you can tell the difference. If you've traveled, you can tell someone who's well traveled. There's just like there's an energy change. There's something different about them. And it's the same way. So you get to check yourself on how you're backing yourself right now, and are you backing yourself in a way that you would like your clients to? Kentucky Derby, what am I missing? I'm clearly missing some fun shenanigans in here. Okay. Do you know what makes a company a company? Are you aware? Just a touch point, right? Just throwing this out there for awareness. We're just looking at these things because it's so safe to look at these things. No big deal. Everything's learnable. No problem, right? You're only safer by looking at things. Doing the foggy brain shutdown and like, oh, I don't really want to look at that, only causes mischief and mayhem. And then we think it's the thing that's causing it, but it's not. It's the habit of not looking at it that's causing it, okay? What are the roles in an online company? What are the roles of a company when I'm leading this company, and what does a company look like, and what makes a company, and what is the brand of a company, and how would I know the brand of my company? These kind of things, right? The vibe of a global CEO when managing people is a lot different than you may imagine. This is just as important as the whole owning your leadership role, okay? Here's an example. When I began, I thought I had to play hardball with people so that they would respect me. I thought, you said a betting horse, like the Kentucky Derby is Saturday. Thank you, Tara. You made me curious. I had FOMO for a minute. Oh yes, that's such a great question. Belief in self around the ability to do the damn thing is everything. Hell yes. Yes, girl, yes. Ow. Okay, so when I began my business, I thought, well, hell, I don't want to be taken advantage of, so I'm going to be firm with people, right? Like, I had a tax lady who did my taxes. The tax guy charged me about $2,000. I changed to a tax woman. She charged me $10,000. And I thought, I need to play hardball with this lady. That almost slipped out. I need to play hardball with this lady. I need to let her know what's up and that I'm not someone that can be taken advantage of. And then I went to go do it, and thank the stars in heaven, I checked in with a friend of mine and she reflected some shit back to me, and I was like, oh. And I started learning some really powerful stuff that I'm going to teach you guys in the 10-day group. But I want you to know today, this concept. This is what I just want you to just begin. I'm not going to overwhelm you guys with the other stuff. We'll dive into that stuff in the program. We do not run a company on the defense. That is a small town, small, maybe six-figure company. That is like a little baby company that stays a little baby company, and you could maybe get away with that in a little baby company. That is not a company that changes the world. That is not a company that gets other companies to back them. That is not the kind of company when you go to your competition, they want to back you and they want to drive your dream. That is not a company that will change the world and heal the world. We do not run our company from the defense. Does this make sense? Yes, girls. Yes. Okay. Whew, yay. I think I'm going to have times for Q&A. Okay, let me cover this really quick. Okay, tomorrow is day 2, raising the vibe to global CEO. I'm going to cover some powerful stuff tomorrow, okay? I know I just threw a lot at you guys, but I know you guys can handle it and absorb it, and you got the notes and we got this video. So that's day 2 tomorrow, 7 p.m. You signed up, you got the link for it, okay? For the next 24 hours, you can purchase the 10-day Awakened CEO course for $9.97. This is going to be probably a 5K program. This is a staple program. This is the first program that we've ever launched for CEO University. Thank you for being present with this. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. I'm grateful to share this moment with you because I'm so wildly excited to launch this university. This is the very first program from it. It's going to be a staple program that we probably run quarterly, maybe twice a year, something like that. And it's just going to increase as we go. But this is the launch of it. This is the first one. I'm live every single day, all 10 days. I'm live with you. I'm present with you. You're going to have the workbooks. You're going to have audios to back it up so you can save. You're going to have your membership area. You're going to have everything you could possibly need. And everybody's going to get what they need in this group. Okay? I'm going to be hanging in there after the 10 days to answer questions and be present with you guys as you implement this. But we're going to do the 10 days power pack because it works. There's a building and an energy that happens with the 10 days like that. And I've done it I've done it so many different ways. I've done it all broken out and stuff, but the 10 days, there's something really powerful about it. So I'm just going to be super frank with you guys. Once the live starts tomorrow, the price is $1,111, so $1,111. And then after that, that'll be 1111 will be available for 24 hours. And after that, it's $1,444. There are payment plans available. So all you need to do is let us know in the comments below if you're a hell yes. Aw, thank you, Janine. Yay, Sue. So if you're yes, I'm in, I'm doing this. We begin March 13th. And all you have to do is put a link in the comments. Because this is the only 24-hour link, we're going to PM you privately the link so you'll have access to the link. And then you'll get an email and it explains to you on the page that you get. So just pop it in the comments below and my team will track you and they will send you the payment link. And as long as you sign up in the next 24 hours, that $9.97 payment link will be live. After that, the payment link is dead. Did I say March? May 13th. Thank you, Simona. I wrote the wrong month on the check the other day. Maybe there's some things I'm not that good at. May 13th. It starts in like 13 days or whatever. Tomorrow's the 1st. So yeah, we're starting in 2 weeks. May 13th. Thank you. My team just corrected it. May 13th. Next March. We're just the early bird jumpers. Oftentimes people have asked me why I do the early bird specials or why I do specials like this, and it's really actually not a sales ploy. It's to actually reward the people who are willing to show up and back themselves first and like just jump in. They're my soul people. They already know they want to do this. This aligns with them. You know, and I didn't even cover half the stuff that we're going to be covering tomorrow. I'll tell you the other guys, but all I have to tell you is you will be embodied, you will be embracing, you will be wise and savvy about being a CEO of your global company, and you're going to 10x your motherfucking life. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible, the stuff I'm handing down. I was triggered. Every once in a while I get triggered by a program if I'm giving massive amounts of value for a very low price, and then usually I know I'm on track because that's like a massive gift to my audience, and I just love you guys. I love doing life with you. I love my business. I'm so blessed. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this, so I'm happy to do that. Will oh yeah, everything's recorded and everything will be in your membership site indefinitely. You'll have access to the membership site with all of your recordings, everything that you could possibly need will be in there. The Facebook group will stay open with the lives in there as well. You'll also get an email copy of every single day. You'll get an email sent to you that has the access to the membership information and the link to the replay, and you just have access everywhere. We just make it so easy. Some people just like to track through the email. Some people like to show up in the group. Some people like to just go through the membership area. So we make it available for all of you guys. I hit you for my learners who need to see visuals. We got the workbooks. We got the video. We got the audios for the people who like to just listen and work while they learn. I hit you on all the points so that you can learn and you can really absorb this. You're going to be well taken care of in the group. We love doing life with you. You're welcome. Okay, so just in the comments, just say, yes, I'm in, or just something so the team knows that you want the link, or please send me the link, whatever you want to say, and the team will send it to you. For now, that is it. I did it, 8:52. I am so proud of myself right now. I never do that on time. Okay, so tomorrow will be day 2. Don't miss it. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to bring those to the table tomorrow. I will try to make sure I leave Q&A time at the end tomorrow. I know this was a lot. You guys got this. I suggest drinking lots of water whenever we dig into dreams and just sort of stir stuff up a little bit and start looking at stuff we weren't looking at and shifting that level and sort of expanding ourselves. It's really amazing to drink a lot of water. I find it helps me a lot. Simona, send me the link, please. Thank you, team. Yay, Sue. Yay, Janine. Yay, Simona. Look at this, already an amazing group. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to do this. You guys know how long I've been waiting to do this? It's been like, okay, maybe it won't sound that long to you. 4 months. It's been 4 months I've been waiting to teach this to you guys. And it was just as like I got a divorce and like whatever happened, and it took some time to percolate this all together so I could saturate it down to really what's going to help you break through and get to that next level and own this vibe and energy. So I'm very excited about it. Will there be a replay for tomorrow? Yes, there's a replay tomorrow, Sue. If you signed up for the emails, then we will send this to you. So everyone who signed up for the trainings, they will get a link to the replay. So you'll have the replay. And I'll probably actually post the replay online for people too. Thank you, Susan, for sending the PMs. Any other questions? I got about 5 more minutes. Oh, sorry, I missed your first one, Sue. It's on a sales page as well. Yep, the links are on the page that she'll send to you and it has a couple of the details about the program. Great. Yay, yay, yay. Yep, 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Oh yeah, Eastern, sorry. It is Eastern Standard Time. Just want to see if I missed anything else. I think I get more passionate about my clients' success than they do, and I think I scare them into doing that. Look, the right clients will not be scared by that. Although I have to say, when we get an intuitive ping, if we're like, sometimes we are being called to mature. So in some ways we're being called to mature. Like, okay, like here's a really vulnerable example. I grew up being very like, triggery words were funny. And so saying the word retard or saying the word like, oh, that's so gay. I was very much like, no, like, I just don't want to participate in this whole, we have a bunch of rules on how we talk. But as I ran a company and as I recognized that I'm here to really support and love on people, I had to call myself to mature in that area. Like, that's actually not okay, Mandy. And even though for me it feels silly to make that a rule or for like to get offended by that, that doesn't really matter, right? So like there was a part of me who recognized it was just being called to mature. So sometimes we just get to be ourselves and let it go and let the right people that are meant to work with us work with us. Like I have a lot of love energy and that's what it is. That's not going to change. However, there were parts of me that really were required to mature. And so you just get to look at the difference if this is something you're being called to mature in so that you can step into this role, or if it's just something where it's just who you are. And you like that part of you and it's something you get to maintain. Words matter. I agree. It took me a little while to embrace that one. I was a little bit immature about it. I was saying that March 13th is on your sales page as starting it. Oh my God. Susan, did you hear that? That's because I gave Susan the blurb. On the sales page it says March 13th, not May. That's on me. That was totally my fault. That's really funny. No, that makes sense. I probably need to calm the fuck down stuff. So maybe there's some grounding vibes that need to be called in. Thank you, Simona, for pointing that out. Love you. Thank you. It is May. It's in 14 days. It's in 2 weeks. That's my fault. Sorry. I made a mistake. Twice. And I wrote May on the March on the check earlier for my house assistant too. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, I'm human. Mistakes left and right. Luckily, none of them matter. They never matter. I fuck shit up all the time and it never matters, ever. Because I show up so intentional and so big, which is the whole point of all of this, being really intentional and diligent about this. Okay, I don't see any questions. I'm gonna go say goodnight to my daughter. I love you guys very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. I love you. I hope this has served you massively. I see a few of you are already joining. I cannot wait to see you in the group. I'm gonna open the group early so we can play in there a little bit just because I want to. I want to spend a little extra time with you guys. So the go-getters that are getting in there, I will open it before the 13th. We will be in there and playing a little bit. Okay? Yes, you're welcome, Sue. I love you too, Cal. All right, guys, have a fantastic night. You're welcome, Terry. Bye, guys. Love you. Love you too. You're welcome, Simona. Thank you. All right, bye, guys.